As patients, carers, members of the Philippine Alliance of Patient Organizations, we breathe disease and death every day.
It is a struggle on all fronts, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially.
It has its disappointments, but also high points. As we encountered time
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Happy Hour for Mental Health, brought to you by, of course, Alaga Health Live. I'm Dexter Galban, and today we are celebrating the extension, of course, of our celebration of um, World Mental Health Week, as well as, of course, from last week's World Mental Health Day celebration. And with that being said, since this is happy hour for mental health, hindi tayo makakompleto hanggat hindi natin kasama ang aking mga co-hosts this evening. And first and foremost, no, let's bring back to the program the lovely, the beautiful Doc Via Roderos. Good evening, Doc Via.
Hi, Doc Dex. Good evening. And good evening po sa lahat ng ating mga viewers. Again, no, it's October and we're still celebrating Mental Health Month. Nako, sa ating mga mental health advocates, no, this is the time for us to be able to really push our initiatives for mental health. But, yung usapin tungkol sa mental health ay hindi dapat nag-uumpisa at nagtatapos sa October, di ba, Doc Dex, no? And I hope, Doc Dex, no, when we talk about mental health, we should talk about it as part of our physical health. Sa mga hindi po nakakalam, si Doc Dex po ay may sakit ngayon. No? Siya po ay may dinadamdam bukod po sa being lovesick. No?
Wow.
But he's still here. Nandito pa rin po siya para kayo po ay serbisyohan, especially po sa ating mga viewers na may mga katanungan tungkol sa mental health.
Yeah, and thank you so much. And as Doc Via said, I'm actually battling COVID. Second time around. So it's very intense, but tuloy lang po tayo because hopefully through this program, makatulong po sa health and recovery ko na rin, no? So with that being said, let's bring back to the program our resident celebrity psychiatry superstar, none other than the lovely, the beautiful Doc Joan Perez-Rifareal. Good evening, Doc Joan.
Hello! Hello, Dr. Dia, Dr. Dex. Good evening. Kamusta? I'm so happy to see you both. And lovesick ba si Dex? Si Dr.
Wow.
Dex. Anyway, good evening. Yeah, I'm so happy. Again, it's continuous ang ating celebration of the Mental Health Month. And yung Tuesday, we also celebrated it sa aming hospital, sa Veterans Memorial Medical Center with a series of talks on mental health. So talagang, yeah, it's a beautiful month this October and beyond.
That's
Kita
true,
mo
no?
sa page ni Doc Joan, ang dami-dami niyang talk. So if you wanna get...
Ay, oo. So, oo nga. Not just sa correct.
Yeah. Oo.
Which is good kasi talagang nare-recognize. Oo, nare-recognize na natin ngayon the importance and of course yung to also help raise awareness on mental health concerns and issues. So talagang yay, we are so happy now we have this program also to help raise awareness for everyone.
All right. I actually agree with all of you. And sa totoo lang, this Mental Health Month celebration is bringing in a lot of good news. Not only as part of this program, but on so many different levels. Maybe it's time to start the program off with our Kwentong Happy Hour. For being with us. No, we had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the program, but we are back and we are here now to spread some very positive and very uplifting news to all of you. Again, pardon my voice because I'm currently battling COVID, pero tuloy po ang ligaya dito sa Happy Hour for Mental Health. But to kick things off, I would just like to make an announcement that last week's World Mental Health Day special ng Happy Hour for Mental Health broke the all-time Alaga Health Live viewership record for a single show with over 17,000 views. So again, that was only possible because all of you continue to support the program. And we're very thankful na tuloy-tuloy po tayong nanonood dito. And special shoutout, nagkapa-shoutout siya dito sa comment section, to Miss Emery Christia Pasco, no? Whose life story we actually featured here last week. And talaga namang sobrang tindi. Little known fact, Doc Joan, no, since you logged off earlier na po last week, that was only, I believe, the second time that she saw that cut of the program, of the show. And it was a very brave showcase of her desire to share her story and let more people know that even if you are struggling with mental health concerns, kayang-kaya mong maging mental health advocate because you are able to relate to it more and hopefully touch more lives with your story. Yan. Plus side segue ko na, no? Congratulations to Alaga Health. 4,000 views, 4,000 likes on the Facebook page. So let's keep those likes going. And bago ako tumalon sa ating mga other happy stories, pa-shoutout na daw kay Doc Nolly Lifereal, no? Mapa-hearts, mapa-thumbs up react. Wow, congratulations, react. Nako, very supportive kay Doc John. So thank you for always watching the program, Doc Nolly. Hopefully, we can have you on the program soon. So, apart from myself, talon tayo siguro kay Doc Via and Doc John. Any other happy news that you would like to share? Because of course, World Mental Health Week, Day, and even month. Sige, Doc Via.
Ako first kasi si Doc Joan marami yung isi-share.
I
Proudly
know, it's everywhere, di ba?
Oo, Doc Joan is actually everywhere, no? And there are a lot of things to actually be thankful for, no? Be grateful for. But, there are also people that we would need to extend help with, especially our brothers and sisters, yung mga nasalanta po ng bagyo, no? So, one of the things that we're doing also in the show is to extend help to those people. No? So, it's not part ng ng happy news talaga, no? But what we wanted to do is to be able to help, no? So if there's an avenue for us, no, to extend our assistance to them, nandito po ang Alaga Health para po tulungan kayo, no? And there are things that we can actually, one of the things that you would encourage, no, Doc Dex, kapag kunyari nag-uusap or pinag-uusapan natin ang pangangalaga sa sarili is to be able to reach out, no, to other people and extend your hand, your helping hand sa kanila. So let's do that po, mga kababayan.
Yeah, thank you for that, Doc Via, no? And sige, habang I have your attention, kasi it looks like we won't have enough time to showcase the full video, no? Kasi some technical difficulties. Announce ko na kaagad siya at the very get-go. Special shout-out, no? To Youth for Mental Health Coalition's National Chairperson, Alyanah Lagasca, for being hailed as one of Asia CEO's Sheroes of the Year, no? A mental health champion as a Shero of the Year through her work sa Youth for Mental Health Coalition. So from the previous week, nakasama natin si Emery sharing about her life story na na-feature pa sa MMK with Miss Julia Barreto as the one playing her. Plus the previous week, 2 weeks ago, si Joy Barcon naman, no? Former segment host. Hopefully, she can come back again soon as Beauty with a Purpose sa Miss World. So, kumbaga, in terms of mental health advocacy wins, tuloy-tuloy po tayo. So, speaking of mental health-related wins, Doc Joan, any happy news that you'd like to share po?
Yes, aside again, talagang agree ako, talagang it's a very special month for all of us. Tuloy-tuloy, in fact, talagang busy. Busy, again, it's a part of our helping behavior natin to really help raise awareness on mental health. But ako, Dex, Dr. Dex, I am happy also about the news na I think, mag-a-adjust na tayo, I think, to alert level 3 tomorrow. So it's good in a way kasi at least nakikita natin na there's a downward trend so far. But we remain hopeful na sana talaga tuloy-tuloy na ito and everyone will be able to recover soon. So
That's
yeah,
true.
that's something I'm also hoping for. Yeah.
Nako,
Diba, Dr. Via? Oo.
well, yung announcement ni Doc John na parang hopeful sa COVID kasi sabayan ko ng ubo. Nako, big reminder
Pero,
po yun sa lahat, no, na even if the
yeah,
alert level is going down, please
correct. Mhm.
stay cautious and take care of yourself. Wear your masks, and avoid crowded places as much as possible because we're still in a pandemic. So, with that
Yes.
Papadala
said,
na lang kami dyan ng food, Doc Dex.
all food deliveries, welcome. I'm very much willing to eat. That's why.
Oo, ingat pa rin. Ingat always. Ingat always. Of course, Dr.
True.
Dex, really, I'm really, nag-message nga ako kanina kay Dr. Via. Yeah, so all the prayers for your speedy healing and recovery.
Thank you so much, Doc Jones. So I guess all the happy news in, and now time to
Yes.
jump into our questions. So let's jump in. The first question for the night comes from the Alaga Health inbox, and this is from Ma'am Margarita Resho. It says here, good evening po, mga doc. 5 po yung anak ko at ako rin po yung nag-aalaga sa 2 magulang ko. Simula po nung nag-COVID, para po akong nababurnout. Kaya lang, ako lang po ang inaasahan sa amin. May pwede po bang inumin? Parang hindi clear yung gusto ni Ma'am Margarita, pero siguro she's asking for anong pwede niyang inumin para to stay positive or hopeful or kumbaga with enough energy to go every day. So any quick response dito siguro, Doc Joan or Doc Via?
Oo, yeah. I think this is a very understandable na situation. Nag-aalaga ng 5 anak. Grabe. And of course, magulang pa niya. So, through time kasi, pag medyo prolonged ang isang crisis like this global health crisis now, nagkakaroon ng what we call as compassion fatigue. Yung parang naburn out slowly, nauubos ang battery. So, there can be, lalo na pag tayo ay nasa helping profession, nag-aalaga. So, there can be that fatigue, exhaustion or burnout. So ang maganda po ma'am, mas maganda po if meron po kayong kasama sa bahay who can take over po some tasks. Division of labor is very important po. Baka yung ibang anak niyo po ma'am, kayang-kaya na po, no? Yung mga older ones, kaya pong matulungan kayo to look after the younger children, the younger kids, or maalagaan sila lolo't lola. So now is the time more than ever po to really mag-teamwork po tayo kahit sa bahay. Teamwork tayo, division of labor. At of course po, make sure that you are physically healthy po always. Get enough rest and sleep kasi para po ma-boost ang ating immune system. In fact, that's the natural way of boosting po yung immune system natin. Get enough rest, sleep, eat well po. Sunlight also, it's a good source of serotonin. Yun po yung nakukuha po natin sa mga gamot, yung serotonin. At yun ay nabuboost pag tayo ay nagpapa-expose sa sunlight sa umaga, pag naggagawa po tayo ng gardening or any form of activity na may sunlight po. In terms po of iinumin, usually po mas maganda nagpapatingin po talaga po, full assessment, clinical assessment po with a doctor bago po nakakapag-prescribe ng any medications for mood. Kasi it's on a case-to-case basis po and depende din sa clinical picture. But for now po, yung mga natural po would include sunlight, get enough rest and sleep, may mga food na mood boosting. Like for example po, fruits and vegetables, specifically po bananas, very high po yun in serotonin, banana, dark chocolate po. Yung mga fish is also good. Gulay and yung mga unprocessed na mga food is very good also.
Yan. So, talagang, lalo ako nagugutom sa mga binabanggit ni Doc John.
Magpapadala na si Dr. Via.
Kaya din siguro si Doc Joan, very fresh, no? Very, very beautiful palagi. Maganda yung aura niya kasi yung mga kinakain niya, no? Rich in serotonin.
Uy, talagang pag nag-duty ako or nagki-clinic, talagang may baon ako na bananas. Talagang yon. As in, makikita nyo yan sa clinic. Oo, kahit nagki-clinic ako, in between patients, kumakain talaga ako ng bananas kasi natural source of serotonin.
Yun na bang gagawin nating official happy hour for mental health fruit na meron lang tayong mga banana caricatures na mag-appear sa sabihin ko nga doon sa ating tech team. Sige. Diba? Match pa. Okay.
Ay, oo nga, yellow. O, di ba, banana. Color of banana.
Tama, tama. Sige, game. Talon tayo sa next question, no? Ito medyo mukhang medyo intense, ha? So brace yourselves. From Sir Gilbert tayo, and thank you, sir, for telling us about this concern, no? Magandang araw po. Yung pinsan ko po kasi parang kung ano-ano yun na yung sinasabi na parang may nakikita raw siyang malaking insekto, tapos may bulong ng bulong daw na maingay tuwing gabi. Hindi ko rin alam kung paranormal ba o mental health na. Ano pong magandang gawin? Ako, meron akong things in my mind already na possible considerations, no? Pero Doc Joe, as the
Yeah.
authority, ano po siguro yung next step na pwede nilang i-consider in light of this? Medyo intense.
Yes, yes, Sir Gilbert, thank you for your question. In fact po, again, no, maraming kailangan pong tingnan or i-rule out pag ang isang individual ay nagpipresent na po nitong may mga nakikita ng mga malalaking insekto. So we call it, kung wala naman talagang insekto doon or wala talagang nakikita, wala ibang tao nakakakita ng malaking insekto, it can be a visual hallucination or yung mga bulong-bulong po na maingay. May bulong ng bulong. So may naririnig po siya. So it can be an auditory hallucination po. Kung wala naman talagang tao po na nagsasalita or bubulong. Pag tayo po ay nagpipresent ng psychotic symptoms like hallucinations po, mas maganda pa rin, specifically kasi visual to no? Mas maganda po ipasuri lagi kasi pwede pong may mga medical problems na which can present with visual. Yung nakikita po, usually po, nirule out namin kung drug-induced ba siya. So baka po, no, it's due to a substance po. Usually kasi pag visual, ang nakikita no, na wala naman talaga doon, usually it's due to a medical problem na be it substance induced dahil po sa isang substance or any form of mga prohibited drugs. Another po is a medical condition. Like for example, sinusuri po lahat na nagpapa-CT scan to make sure po na walang any brain changes or mga structural changes po sa ating brain, which can present po with mga visual hallucination. So mas maganda pa rin po seek professional po or proper consultation para ma-rule out yung mga yon. Kasi meron naman po, may help available for you to address the symptoms. Pero ang maganda pa rin is makita kung ano yung underlying cause of the symptoms.
And I think that's very important to highlight no, Doc John, kasi may tendency, especially with people seeing now na, nako, pag may naririnig agad, kung may nakikita na, because maybe, I think to some extent, that's a sign na mental health is now becoming very salient. Talon nila kaagad. Ako baka mental health related na hindi nakagaya na parang automatic baliw, may tama, may toyo, etc. Kumbaga they're a little bit more open. It's good that they're actually asking now, no? Kasi
Correct. Oo.
parang tatlo na yung nangyayari ngayon. Dati either totally mental health related concern or paranormal. So again, may cultural aspect na kino-consider. Yan. So, talon tayo at mukhang ay, maganda tong isa. Butin na lang sana okay yung video sana ni nagpadala mo kasi ng message si Alyanah, no? So she wanted to thank everyone for the support as well as yung Victory for Mental Health ng Asia CEO Awardees. Pero ito, I think maganda question, no? From the types of Alyanah. From Sir Francis Osayas? Yeah, Osayas. Hello, Alaga Health. I came across this show and found it nice. Thank you, sir. Maraming salamat po. I've been struggling with running my business since the pandemic and I was wondering if you have suggestions specifically for us in business. Wow. Okay, thank you and keep it up. Sige, siguro tanong ko dito si Doc Via.
I think, Doc Dex, ikaw dapat yung sumagot nito. Yeah, if we sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, kami po ni Doc Dex ay nagtapos din ng aming Masters in Business Administration in Ateneo po, no? At sa lahat po ng subjects namin, yun lang yung pinakamataas niya sa akin.
Wow!
Grabe. Perfect
Yeah,
perfect si Dr. Dex doon.
Kasi share namin kasi naman si Doc Dex, no, very very much open to sharing his experience, no. So it's expected, especially ngayon na yung pagpapatakbo po ng business natin, especially during the pandemic, is going to be extra challenging. No? Kasi iba na po yung takbo ng panahon ngayon, no? Depending po on what business you are in, may it be food or service, no? Or health or retail, no? Mahirap po talaga ngayon ang mag-umpisa, no? Or ipagpatuloy yung business, no? And importante po doon, no? Na nakakalimutan natin palagi, no? And minsan I think nagigilty din dito kami ni Doc Dex, no? Na wala pong masama to dream for success, to dream of our business being successful, but part of that success is actually also having the initiative to see that the rest is also productive. Oo, kasi when you take time to rest and when you take time to make yourself recover from all the stresses, no, mas nagkakaroon ka po ng fuel to be able to run your business, no? And I think this is something that Doc Dex needs to hear. No? Especially right now na he also needs a little bit of time, no, to recover. But Doc Dex, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. We need time to rest. Buti na lang talaga 1 hour show lang tayo today. So, kaya kumbaga nagtaas ako parang San Goku, tapos sinasagap ko yung enerhiya ng buong mundo to power through the 1 hour. But at the same time, no, my recommendation would be to ensure that you have support systems. Napakahalaga nun. Particularly among those who might be having the same concerns and struggles that you might have. That's why ang gaganda ng mga nabubuong mga groups. And we had some of them here last week, JCI. Talagang ang dami mga entrepreneurs in that group, Rotary. You also have the Makati Business Club people and several other business-oriented groups. May mga gumagawa pa ng mga threads sa Facebook for all CEOs, for all COOs, o lahat ng mga startup owners o mga small business owners. Nag-share sila ng experiences, ano yung struggles nila, and then may makakakita na fellow, ay, ikaw pala yung hinahanap ko na pwedeng makasagot dun sa problema ko. So, kumbaga, by airing this out, your thoughts and issues and concerns, malay mo merong willing to help out na kayo pala yan dapat itinadhana to help boost each other during the pandemic. And of course, no, very important to highlight, especially to the business owners, please take care of your employees. Please ensure that they are well taken care of. If the company is struggling or probably may issues or concerns, be very transparent and open because they also need support and guidance. And we can go on and on, lalo na pagdating sa concept of business in the time of a pandemic because ang dami talaga na nag-struggle, lalong-lalo na yung early part, lalo na yung mga frontline-based, tourism-based, service-based, ang dami mga restaurants na nagsara, among many things. So, it's very important to find that support system para matulungan tayong mag-pivot o kaya gumawa ng ibang ways to recoup and address all of the concerns and issues. Yan. So, sige. But before... Yes, Dapia.
Sa kanila. And siguro before we can ask Doc Joan very quickly, no? How do you take care of your mental health, Doc? Kasi ibang panahon na tayo ngayon, Doc, di ba? Ngayong pandemic.
Oo. Super.
From, battalion.
Doc,
Apart from
fair promise,
watching,
Doc, hinahanap na namin sila. Nag-request na kami sa Bex Battalion kung pwede silang mag-appear. So let's see, maybe in the future, mangyari yun.
oo nga, fingers crossed. Anyway, yeah, kasama talaga yon. In fact, talagang yun ang unang pumasok sa isip ko when you asked me na talaga nanonood ako ng mga nakakatawang vlogs of Bex Battalion. But aside from that, kailangan talaga now more than ever, sleep is really very important. Kasi that's the time when our body is able to, and our brain specifically, is able to rest, recharge, and we need that. Kasi lalong-lalo na sa mga nagre-run po ng mga businesses, kailangan talagang sharp ang inyong brain. You need that, kasi po, yung alertness ninyo, yung pagiging sharp, and cognitively, 100% dapat kayo.
Ma'am Margarita, pero siguro she's asking.
Yes. Pag kulang kasi sa tulog, talagang siya, it can affect our judgment. So pag minsan nagkakamali ang ating mga judgment calls, decisions, made, pag kulang sa tulog, memory can also be affected. At lahat na, pati mood, and immune system also, pwedeng bumagsak ang ating immune system if we lack sleep or if we are sleep deprived. Kaya kailangan matulog po. And of course, social support always is very important na meron po tayong na kaya po natin to express to someone ang ating mga thoughts, and baka this person or individual can also give us mga meaningful insights about life in general.
Okay. I definitely agree with that, no? Yung access to that support system, and then yung other insights that, kasi may tendency talaga yung mga business-oriented people talagang they zero in on it kasi very a problem-solving approach. Pero sometimes it's okay to be vulnerable and to ask for help. Again, lagi nating sinasabi sa program na to, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. So, nung hindi ko kayang alone to host the show, hihiramin ko ang kapangyarihan ni Doc Via at ni Doc Joan for Happy Hour for Mental Health. But, since it's about... Yes.
Doc Dex, siguro we can go to the comments, no, and do a quick shout out.
Yes.
Kasi this would not be possible. Hindi rin namin makukuha yung powers namin kung wala yung mga viewers natin, no?
True.
Maybe we can ask one question also from the comments.
Yes, we will. Actually, quick shout-outs kina Sir Alan Cuadro who's watching, Joe Lagatan and family watching as well, and Roderos family, of course. And we actually have a very important question here from 1010, no? Sige, before we go to another detour, I think this is very important. Let's try to answer her question. At ito yung question niya, no? Hello po, doctors. Any advice po for us women na may VAUSI case under psychological abuse ngayong pandemic? Nako, I'll do a very quick response po there, and then I'll transfer it to our psych expert. No? So I'm coming in from the side. I'll wear a different hat, no? Based on my experience as Popcom commissioner, that's one of the things that we track, no, during the pandemic. Kasi apart from yung issues ng unplanned pregnancies, particularly among the teenage population, are particularly adolescent minors, one of the things that we were always looking or concerned about ay yung number of VAUSI-related cases kasi they sometimes even have to have a sexual nature in it then. Kaya it's very important na yung mga ganitong incidences mabibring out into light at magagabayan tayo kasi we need these numbers reported, we need these cases reported kasi especially ngayon, confined spaces, and we're asked to stay at home. The truth of the matter is VAUSI cases have the tendency to be done by someone either within the home or within the immediate vicinity, either by a family member, a close relative, or a close neighborhood affiliate. So it's very important for these to be reported. And thank you for bringing this into light. And I think Dr. Joan would be one of the best to answer this from a psychological perspective.
From a psychological perspective naman, to add na lang to what Dr. Dex said, no, kailangan talaga natin, ma'am, for those who ask the question po, kailangan po safety ang priority. So make sure that you are safe, or kung sino po ang anyone in the family or in the household po we need to protect. So kailangan safe lagi, no? So safety is the priority. Make sure that everyone is safe. If kailangan temporarily po to seek help from a family member in a different household po, then we can do that. Ask help always. Know po that again, we can, ngayon kasi ang time talaga, no, we need to help one another. So maybe some family members can offer temporary po muna na shelter for the time being while this case is ongoing to ensure your safety. And talking about it also with someone whom you trust is also very good kasi na-express po natin, no, ang ating mga thoughts, ang ating mga feelings about it, and it can also help in how we process the trauma of what went on or what happened prior to the filing of the VAUSI case.
Yeah, very important po yun. No? So, thank you for seeking out. Yes, safety is the number one thing to do. So, maybe after, no, you can message our Alaga Health Facebook page, and we'll be able to send you some key numbers that you can contact in case that you need them. And then if there would be a need to refer to, especially yung ating mga women's center, we would be very more than happy to do that and assist you there. So maraming salamat for telling us and raising the concern, and hopefully we can help. Okay, so thank you for that. Maybe now, since we're about the midway mark, it's time for a very quick detour and do our very quick Alaga Health update. Yan. So, it's time for Alaga Health Update. And let's probably show everyone my screen right now and tell you how easy it is to sign up for Alaga Health. So, this is the Alaga Health website, alagahealth.com. So, you can check out the website, no? Where this is actually about to get another refresh. No, it looks really nice. Now you can see our partners, why we do this, the services we have, and the platforms that we are offering, no? And even our advocacy partners here. So, ang papakita ko sa inyo dito, no, it's always ever present, top right corner. Just press itong sign up button. And then, ito-transfer kayo nito sa isang platform. So, mamili kayo, am I a patient? Pasyente ba ako? Partner meaning health professional ka ba? Doctor, nurse, PT, OT, psychologist, etc. Or am I a business owner na maraming hawak na businesses? Meron akong lab, meron akong clinic, meron akong diagnostic center, etc. So, sa viewers natin na nandito, click natin yung patient app. So, just press that. Of course, browse through the data privacy policy. Make sure this is has a check. And, of course, continue. And you'll be asked to fill in your profile details here. And in about 1 to 2 minutes, no, you'll actually be done. And don't forget to put in a very strong and secure password. Confirm that password also before you click continue. And just like that, you're already a member of the Alaga Health family. And here's the fun part. To our Android users, you can already download the beta version of the platform here. And to our health professionals using Android devices, you can actually check out the beta version here. We're currently migrating our system kasi po dati we roll this out in communities. So now, ang rollout natin ngayon is lahat na everyone can download. Then we're migrating the system so you can already have it on your phone. So once may bago po tayong updates, nako, pwede na po nating makita. Pati yung mga live shows natin, preloaded na po doon sa ating program, sa ating device. So yun lang. That's all we have for Alaga Health update. So let's maybe go back and answer one more question before next detour. So thank you for that. Now, may tanong tayo dito from Sir Daniel Policarpio. Hirap pong makatulog yung nanay ko kasi may naririnig-rinig daw na hindi ko maintindihan. Niresetahan siya ng isang doktor ng pampatulog na pang-ubo ata. May kutob ako kung ano to. Bumuti naman siya, pero baka may mas maganda po kayong pwedeng ibigay. Sabi kasi ng doktor, temporarily lang daw yung pampatulog. Okay. I have a feeling kung pang-ubo at pampatulog, common parang Benadryl ba? Ang mga diphenhydramine ang atang binibigay. Dipen likely yung binigay. So, nakatulong daw, Doc. Pero tanong niya, sabi daw nung nagbigay, temporary lang daw. Kasi parang kung may narinig-rinig na siya, possible na may mental health related aspect siya. So, any quick response to this?
Yes. Yeah, opo. Thank you, Sir Daniel, for your question. In fact po, mas maganda sana kung na-mention ko ilang taon na si mom niya, si nanay niya na may mga naririnig. Because pwede also, hindi siya kaagad hindi siya kaagad primary psychotic na problem or psychiatric, but it can be a symptom ng dementia also. No? Sometimes kasi yung may mga dementia, they can also have mga behavioral and psychological symptoms because of the dementia or the memory problem, especially sa mga nasa geriatric age group. So, yun sana, baka lang may reason yung doctor na nagbigay noong diphenhydramine for the sleep, but kami also ina-avoid namin yon, no? Kasi meron din siyang mga side effects, like meron siyang side effects sometimes sa ibang mga patients, kaya siya temporary lang na binigay. Mas maganda pa rin po kung ipa-follow up natin si nanay para mas masuri po lahat, pati blood works, and we can do mga assessments to make sure kung ano talaga ang cause of the, again, underlying cause ng mga, may mga naririnig or behavioral symptoms like hirap sa pagtulog.
Yan. So, it's very important pa rin po, no? Although nagsabi naman na siya na parang nakatulong daw, to
Yes.
still consult kasi it can be so many
Yeah.
things. Kaya nagma-matter din dito yung age, no?
Correct.
When you send po your question, the age of the patient, makakatulong po
Yes.
yun kasi iba-iba po yung possible na diagnosis. Depende din sa edad. Yan. And speaking of issues and concerns related to a particular age group, para matapos natin yung ating very quick detour ulit, maybe it's time for Alagang Hello Doctor. Yan. So, ang special article po natin today ay from Hello Doctor. And I'll show you my screen right. Yan. So, ang article po natin, effects on mental health load on relationships. Are mothers more burdened? By Stephanie Nera. And ang maganda po dito, they're medically verified information. And you can check here yung mga issues, burden, effects on motherhood, even feelings of emptiness and relationship trouble. So very important po yan. You can read more about it dito sa hellodoctor.com.ph, and you can even visit the entirety of their website here for additional information. Yan, very important po yan about so many different topics on the Hello Doctor website. And ang maganda po sa kanya is they're medically verified and easily shareable for all of you to review. So, ang maganda is hopefully you can visit hellodoctor.com.ph for more info. So, with that being said, let's go back to our next question, no? Yeah. So, next question comes from, I think Doc Via can take this one.
Okay. Oo, para salita naman tayo, Doc Dex, no? Oo. Yeah, and then maybe Doc Dex can also answer, no? Since one of the things, no, na hindi lingid rin sa kaalaman ng lahat, no? Si Doc Dex po ay dakilang tagapagpayo, sorry. Yun, no? Magaling po talaga siya sa mga advice, no? Not just medical advice, but also relationship advice, no? Kung may tanong po kayo kay Doc Dex, no, na hindi necessarily, no, related to medical problems, kasi part din po ng health natin ang mga feelings, no, our emotions, our dispositions, no, and alam yan ni Doc Joan, no, since yun po yung palagi naming sinasabi kapag we push for mental health advocacies. Anyway, so our next question is from Ma'am Monica Gingona. Yes. Hi, Alaga. Okay, so this is more of a light question. But do you have any song recommendations that are good for mental health? Nako, song recommendations. I love this. Doc, sige, before, I think we can all answer this, no? Para naman yung mga viewers natin makilala tayo even more, no? In a very, in a more personal, no? Personal level. Tanungin natin, ako excited kasi ako malaman ko anong kay Doc Joan eh. So, Doc Dex muna.
Ako din. Sige.
Piliin natin si Doc Joan. Save the best for last.
Kasi ako, I love instrumental music. I love yung mga Michael Bublé songs. I love sometimes extremes. There are times I like those really smooth jazz or mga instrumentals. But there are times that I want yung medyo hard-hitting songs na talagang very funky yung nature. Basically, yung background song ng happy hour for mental health. So yeah, I'm really excited to hear those songs to uplift my day.
Alright. Kaya nga tayo minsan may mga musical guest, no? Kasi si Doc Dex po ay marunong po magpiano, no? Kaso hindi po siya makakapag-perform sa atin kasi he's feeling under the weather. But aabangan po natin yan, no? It's a special treat, no? But, for me, I have a very peculiar choice sa music, no? Kasi lumaki po ako sa isang bahay na mahilig kumanta, no? So, I have titos and cousins who are really good singers, no? So, kumakanta talaga po kami, no, sa bahay, no? And some of my cousins are very good dancers, no? So, yung mga kanta po na alam ko ay yung mga kanta ng Bee Gees, favorite namin yun ni Papa, no? Bee Gees, Air Supply, yun naman yung favorite namin ni Mama. What else? I also like, no, and I feel like people will find this weird, no, Metallica. Yeah. And music that are very, that are yung mga hard rock, especially if I need to do a lot of things, no. But I also like instrumental songs, no. Yung mga pop songs, medyo hindi ako makarelate, hindi ko alam bakit. But, to each their own naman. So those are the things that will actually calm me down. Music really actually helps me a lot, no? Especially when I'm stressed, no? So I just listen to music, especially yung instrumental, classical music. So ito na yung pinaka-intro natin.
Pero dagdag ko lang, Doc V, pareho tayo, di ba, mga old music?
Oo.
Parang mga 70s, 80s music to maybe 90s. Tapos, yeah, and even, agree. Tapos, little known fact po, Doc V and I actually share fandom minsan ng ating mga martial arts, mga WWE, mga ganung mga programs. So, ganun yung mga music. So, ito si Doc Jonah.
WWE.
Yes! Pareho tayo ng mga likes. Pareho tayo. We share the same mga genre. Kung kay Dr. Via is Metallica, ito alam na alam to ng aking asawa. Sa akin po is Guns N' Roses. So, di ba? Yung sa Guns N' Roses, my God, yung mga album nila, meron po ako noon. And, but ngayon, kasi medyo, yeah, as we mature, di ba, mas nag-change. Sometimes, nag-change din through time. Ngayon, what is yung I listen more to uplifting music in the morning po. So yung question kasi ni Ma'am Monica, good for my mental health. Personally, Ma'am Monica, ako I listen, Dr. Via, Dr. Dex, to mga uplifting songs in the morning. Specifically po, if you know this song, yung Fill the World with Love. Yun po ang lagi kong pampagising. Yeah, kasi meron doon, parang inaano niya journey through the day. So in the morning, during sunrise, so at noon, and parang it's always to count your blessings and always to fill the world with love. And I think that's what we need ngayon, the compassion, kindness, extra everything during this time. So yun, very uplifting yun for me. And when I hear that song, parang it reminds me kasi of my childhood days na kinakanta din namin yon sa choir. Ay sa church, yung mga ganun. Fill the world with love. If you can Google it sa somewhere, it has a very nice message. So, parang meron pa rin akong Guns N' Roses sa aking collection. If you look at my collection sa aking Spotify. And of course, meron pang iba, but yun ang aking ngayon, more of the uplifting. And nagsa-start na kasi ang Burr months. So nakikinig-kinig na rin ako ng mga instrumental or mga gusto ko kasi orchestra na mga Christmas carols. Yeah.
Nakakasingit ba si Jose Marician dyan, Doc Joan?
Wala ako masyado. More on the mga yung mga
Instrumental,
classic din. Oo. Yeah, mga
Oo.
classic din na orchestra.
Speaking of uplifting songs, Doc Dex, dagdag ko lang, no, kasi na-remind ako ni Doc Joan, especially when I'm down, no. One of the things that can actually uplift, na maganda rin yung lyrics niya, especially when you need a boost, no, kailangan mo na parang everything is crashing down, na hindi mo alam if kaya mo pa ba, no, and hindi mo alam if you're worth it, no. This is not a very popular song, but it's entitled Wonderkind by Alanis Morissette, no. So it actually reminds us, no, that we are very special people, that we are created to be special and to lead people into, a world that is more beautiful. So maganda po siya. So if you want to hear about that, no, if you want to hear those songs, no, Wonderkind by Alanis Morissette, no. And, we can go on. Medyo napahaba yung natin sa music. Hindi natin alam, mga mahilig pala tayo sa
Special
music.
siya eh.
Oo.
Okay. So, thank you for that. No, I think, Doc V, you can take the next one.
Alright. Okay, sige. I think, Doc Dex, no, since we are nearing the end of the show, no, hindi ko na malaman.
Nako, hindi ko napansin yung oras. Maybe it's time for us to have our wrap. So, maybe final words from our guests today. But before that, of course, it would be very important for us to have our much awaited segment, Alagang Use for Mental Health. Yeah, and today we are being joined by Y4MH Vice President for Service, Vice President for Service Delivery, Vice Chair for Service Delivery, and he is none other than Argel Aventura. Is he in the program?
Hello po, magandang gabi. Doc
Magandang
Dex,
gabi.
Doc Dex, Doc Via, and Doc Joan. Pagsaludo po sa lahat na ginagawa niyo para sa Lusog Isip. To Alyanah, our multi-awarded chairperson, hello there. At sa lahat, magandang gabi po.
It's nice to
All
see
right,
you.
thank you for joining us.
Nice to see you
Yes,
din
so
po.
we'd love for you to take center stage and take it away.
All right. Just an additional trivia. On October 10, diba, that's like what we're celebrating ngayong gabi. We celebrated this year's World Mental Health Day, where we pondered on the theme Mental Health in an Unequal World. World Mental Health Day was observed for the first time on October 10, 1992. It actually started as an annual activity for the World Federation of Mental Health with the goal of gathering people across the globe to promote mental health advocacy and educate the public on relevant issues. So for 29 years, World Mental Health Day gets bigger and more significant. Dito po sa Pilipinas, it's incredible to see hundreds of youth organizations just like this, government agencies, private sectors, and non-governmental organizations come together to commemorate World Mental Health Day. An indicator po na we are starting to grasp the importance of mental health in our lives. Hence, as we continue to live by the spirit of Mental Health Day, in Y for MH sub-segment tonight, we'll talk about one of the most important human abilities which could help us cope anytime, anywhere, a skill we call mindfulness. By definition, mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed of what's going on around us. Mindfulness is a quality that every human being already possesses. It's not something you have to conjure up. You just have to learn how to access it. Basically po, ang mindfulness is just putting your undivided attention on the here and now. Again, here and now, dito at ngayon. For example, in this Alaga Health segment, you'll know that if you're mindful, if throughout the show from the beginning, your focus and attention is on the speakers and guests alone and not on your deadlines for tomorrow or things to do for later. If you feel guilty, that's okay because I experienced that too. Human as we are, kasi our attention span is really tricky. According to research, an average adult attention span reaches to 15 to 20 minutes only. No wonder if you're so focused with the segment on the first few minutes, then you suddenly look around your space or scroll throughout your phones afterwards, then it's you having divided attention and not practicing mindfulness at all. Think about this. Mindful is the total opposite of mind space full, yung puno ang isipan. But why do we need to be mindful? I'll be sharing to you some of the benefits of mindfulness. First, it reduces stress and our ability to manage future stress because our attention is on the present. Diba? There's no need for us to think of to be anxious of the future or sa mga bagay na hindi pa nangyayari. Second, it also improves physical health. Third, it makes us more resilient. The ability for us to bounce back from any um, kasakit or difficulty that we have experienced. Fourth, improves relationships. Fifth, improves our ability to manage both mental and physical illness. So the question po, how are we going to practice mindfulness practically in our daily living? The first and most important element in mindfulness is breathing, yung paghinga, mindful breathing. It happens when we most commonly no, when we position ourselves comfortably, feet flat on the floor, back relaxed on our seat, hands on our lap, and we give ourselves moment to breathe. And remember, when we breathe in. When we breathe in, we use our nose, and we breathe out, we use our mouth. Just like there's this square technique that we call wherein we breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 4 seconds. And then we breathe in again. Ulit ulit. Square technique because it's fair, like 4 seconds. Just in order for us to be reminded easily as well. Second practical application of mindfulness is having undivided attention with our daily tasks. For example, if you're having a class, you do your best to focus only to your professor or class activity, nothing less, nothing more. We also have what we call mindful eating. Now, if you eat, your focus and attention is only on the food, its taste, texture, color, things like that. Again, undivided focus and attention. And we can do it in any task na ginagawa natin pang araw-araw. It's like avoiding multitasking as well. Guys, mindfulness is not a skill we can master overnight. It takes days and days of practice to make it a habit. I hope that we can start it now, tonight, putting our full attention to this show alone. Mind you, you'll be happy with the benefits it will give to your mental health. Remember that you are not alone and that you deserve support. If you're reading it, if you're finding it difficult to access this service or you've already tried these options and aren't sure where to turn next, you can send a message to Y4MH Facebook page or email us at info@y4mh.org and we'd gladly help and support you in confidence. Take our suggestion as an inspiration in creating your very own self care routine. Remember, self care routines are individualistic. There's no one size fits all when it comes to self care routines. If you need to know more about mental health or self care practices, check the social media pages of Youth for Mental Health Coalition. We have reopened our registration for membership. You may also reach us via info@y4mh.org to more details. This has been a great evening to discuss how we can take care of ourselves. Again, always be kind to your mind and other people's minds. And don't forget to be mindful here and now. Maraming salamat at magandang gabi.
Argel Joseph Aventura, no? Vice
Thank you.
Chair for Service Delivery. And again, thank you very much for always
Thank you
supporting
po.
efforts of Alaga Health and a good partnership between Y4MH and Alaga Health. So again, kudos to Alyanah, Shero of the Year, for her work sa Y4MH. And kudos, before I was Director for Strategy of Y4MH, and it is always a pleasure to see so many mental health advocates coming together to help as many people as possible. And that's why, sige, mag-mild plug na din ako. Because my birthday is coming up. It's in about 3 weeks. And I'm actually going to do a personal fundraising for our mental health patients. And of course, I hope to link that up with our friends in Y4MH. So, hi, Alyanah, yun yung meeting dapat natin. But yes, thank you for what you do, and let's continue fighting the good fight. So, with that being said, and it's already past 9 o'clock, no? Maybe it's time for a final wrap up, and let's get the final thoughts and words from our guests this evening. So, let's start in a circle. So, let's go first with Argel Joseph Aventura. Final words,
Uh,
final message, and if there's something that you'd like to invite our viewers to.
Yeah. So this month no, is a very wonderful reminder for all of us to be more mindful about our mental health. And it doesn't, when it comes to taking good care of mental health, hindi ibig sabihin nun na kailangan nasa tuktok ng mountain to be mindful to meditate. We can actually do it anytime, anywhere if we just want it. And help is here. Help is possible. Y4MH is here. Thank you po.
Yan, perfect. Thank you for that, Argel. Sige, doon tayo kay Doc Via.
Right. I'll keep this short and sweet again, no? Thank you po sa lahat ng nanood at patuloy pong nanonood ng Alaga Health Live ng Happy Hour, no? And this has been something that is very close to my heart ever since we started this when we were in med school, no? And patuloy pa rin po kaming at patuloy namin pag-iigihin yung aming ginagawa kami pong kasama po si Doc Joan, si Doc Dex, and of course our partners from Youth for Mental Health Coalition, and of course Alaga Health po para po maserbisyohan pa po kayo ng mas maigi. Again, no, final word siguro during the mental health month, no, celebrating this season, no, for us to care for our well-being, no. Always remember that rest is productive, no? Hindi po masama na magpahinga minsan po, no? Kasi nakakatulong din po 'yon para maging malakas, malusog ang ating katawan, no? Again, thank you very much po sa lahat ng sumusubaybay sa Alaga Health Live. Magkikita-kita po tayo ulit tomorrow for check-up. And of course, next week with Doc Joan, Doc Dex, and of course Youth for Mental Health Coalition sa isa na namang episode ng Happy Hour for Mental Health.
Yeah, thank you for that, Doc Via. And now, to help wrap things up in the beautiful bow, Doc Joan Perez-Rifareal.
Yes, thank you. As always, thank you very much for having me, Dr. Dex, Dr. Via, and of course, hello, Sir Argel. Nice to meet you. Maraming salamat po for always having me, and thank you sa lahat po ng for following us. Thank you very much po always for all the support. And ako lang po, to just add to what was said na po by Dr. Via and Sir Argel, reclaim your weekend. That's very important. As mentioned by Dr. Via kanina, sleep, rest. So reclaim your weekend. Wag po mag-guilty to sleep in on weekends po kung kailangan talagang matulog for us to recharge, recuperate, and relax our brains para we come back stronger, healthier on a Monday for our work, for our tasks, for our roles as moms, dads, lolos, lolas, students, teachers, etc. So reclaim your weekend. It's okay not to feel okay during this time of pandemic. Again, help is always available at walang iwanan. We are always here ready to help you anytime. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much for that, Doc John. And now for myself, I know, as I told you at the beginning of this program, I'm currently battling COVID-19. And for a lot of people, they are currently dealing with this in their own way. It's very important for you to maintain that support system. Actually, I really had fun in this program. It actually uplifted me, and it gave me a little bit of fighting power to go through this. And that's very important, no? Because hindi lang po yung mga physical manifestations ng illness yung dapat po nating binibigyan ng pansin. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga bagay na for us, kahit di natin nakita, napakalaking impact sa ating whole well-being. And that, of course, includes mental health. Because as Doc Joan always says, and what we always say here, there is no health without mental health. So, that would be all for us this week. Next week, watch out for our musical guest or special performer that will be entertaining you. Maybe dun sa mga songs na nabanggit ni Doc John kanina, pangarap lang natin may Guns N' Roses cameo dito, di ba? So, with that being said, once again, I'm Doc Dex Galban, reminding all of you na alagaan ang kalusugang pangkaisipan para mas umunad palalo ang ating bayan. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week for another episode of Happy Hour for Mental Health. And maybe tomorrow, if you want to watch Alaga Health Live Checkup to celebrate Health Education Week. So, bye everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye!